everyone, welcome to today's video and welcome to a very windy Bariloche. Today I am going to show you a little bit around the city of Bariloche and also the surroundings, which are the reasons why I'm here, because they are absolutely stunning and a famous vacation destination here in Argentina. Also at the end of this video I'm going to take you on the other side of the lake Nahuel to also see a different village that is quite popular and famous for its beautiful views. Let's start today's tour in the city of Bariloche. Bariloche has more or less 146 inhabitants and is therefore the most populated city here in the province of Rio Negro. It is also one of the most touristic places of Argentina and a very popular place for vacation. It has a unique nature and is perfect for all outdoor lovers because here you can do a lot of hiking, water sports and other outdoor activities. Bariloche itself is not a very old city. It has been founded more or less 120 years ago. And its architecture is quite European. That is because, especially in the 60s, there has been a large immigration of Europeans here in Bariloche. A lot of Europeans settled down here in order to seek a better future. Here in Bariloche you can take a long walk along this promenade that is in front of the lake Nahuel, which is a lake that is very present wherever you are here in Bariloche. Here at this lake you will find a beautiful scenery with impressive mountain views, and the lake itself is up to 500 meters deep. As mentioned before, Bariloche is not that huge, but it is definitely worth it to take a walk through the city center and also to try some of the local chocolates, because there are a lot of stores that produce their own chocolate and sell it, and it is delicious. They have various different types, so there is something for literally everybody. And that's it for now from the city of Bariloche. We will continue our tour in the surroundings of Bariloche because that is actually the reason why I came here. So let's start the first tour of this video. It's time to explore a little bit more the surroundings of Bariloche, or actually we are still in Bariloche but not in the city center anymore. We are doing a little tour which is called Circuito Chico, which is one of the most famous tours here in the area. And our first stop is here on the Cerro Campanario. We are going up the hill, which is one of the highest points here in Bariloche, and it is also meant to be the point with the most beautiful views. There are a lot of people here. We are going to wait for about 20 minutes in the line to take the lift all the way up and then enjoy panoramic views over Bariloche. We are going up the hill now. It'll take around 7 minutes to reach the peak, and I am sure we will get spectacular views from up there. We just stopped. Well, they said sometimes the lifts stop when someone has problems getting onto the lift, so we shouldn't worry about that. We stopped again. Maybe it'll take a little bit longer than 7 minutes, we'll see. We are on the highest point of the Cerro Campanario, which is about 1,050 meters high. As you can see probably with my hair, it is quite windy here. And therefore also a little bit chilly, to be honest, but the views are spectacular. They say that these views here behind me are the most beautiful views here in Bariloche, and we are actually super close to Chile. There behind those mountains you can actually reach Chile from here by taking a boat on a river that flows between the mountains and then walk a little bit on the land, and then you would actually reach Chile. And you can also see that some of the mountains still have some snow on the peaks. We are in summer, actually. It is January, which is summer here in Argentina. It's not that warm. We've heard before that the lake that is down there in summer has a temperature of maximum 10 degrees. That's not a lot. So it is usually all year round pretty cold here in this area. Always bring your jacket. There are in total 5 viewpoints up here. We will spend half an hour on the hill and then go back down, and we will go all the way down there in this area and stop on various places to explore a little bit the area. By the way, you can also hike all the way up and down. I don't know if you can see it from here, but down there is a little hiking path that you can take. Also here up on the hill there are coffee places where you can have a hot drink, actually also something to eat, some snacks, ice cream is what I saw, and of course also bathrooms. And it's time to go down. We are enjoying spectacular views again over the lakes in Bariloche. And also we are having a small chocolate cake that looks absolutely delicious. So we are using this time perfectly fine. Alright, we are back down now and we are going to take our bus now to the next stop and continue our tour. We are at the next stop, which is a panoramic viewpoint with a beautiful view over the lakes and the other side, and also of course the mountain view. This is the first stop on the Circuito Chico. It is basically a circular route that you can take, that is why it's called Circuito. The circle starts after the Cerro Campanario. Everything that we can basically see here is part of the Circuito Chico. And all of that is what we are going to see now. Well, basically we will take the bus. I think over there we can see the Hotel Yao Yao. I will tell you a little bit more about that one later. Here behind me we can now see the Hotel Yao Yao, which is the first luxury hotel here in the area of Bariloche. It has been built in the 30s, if I'm not mistaken. And one night cost about $1,000, which is a lot. Alright, this was it for our little tour through the surroundings of Bariloche. I think it was a very beautiful tour with super beautiful, stunning panoramic views. I am excited to do something else. Actually, tomorrow we are going on an activity that will be super exciting and fun, I think. And again, I think we will see the beautiful nature here in Bariloche. And of course, I will take you with me. So I'm on my way back to the hotel now. And then tomorrow we will start the second part of this tour. Hello, hello. Here we are again. Today we are doing one very fun activity. I am very excited about this. We are going to do some rafting here close to Bariloche. We were just heading to this place in a bus, and now we just received our life vest and a helmet, and we are preparing to get into the water. I am very excited. I absolutely love water activities, so let's see how it is here to do some rafting in Bariloche with beautiful views in a beautiful blue river. We are already more or less halfway through. It is a 7 kilometers rafting tour, and so far it is really fun. The views are absolutely stunning. The nature here is super beautiful. The water is super clear. It comes from glaciers, so we can even drink it. It's clean, crystal clear, and has a beautiful color. Sometimes a little bit turquoise or super blue. It's absolutely beautiful. This was the tour. I couldn't film too much because we actually had to pedal, right? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and you definitely have to put this on your list if you come here to Bariloche, because it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this a lot. We are now packing our stuff. I already changed to dry clothes. Now we will take the car and go back to Bariloche and spend the rest of the day there. We just reached the entry of the Colonia Suiza, a Swiss colony here in Argentina. There is a little market here that we are going to explore, and in a second I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the history. Alright, I was looking for a bit of a quieter place because there is a fair today in the Colonia Suiza and it is quite crowded. This colony has been founded by Swiss people by the end of the 19th century. Those Swiss people came from the French part of Suiza, and they were the first Swiss people located here in the area of Patagonia. The colony is only 25 kilometers away from Bariloche, so it is quite close to the city. It is quite a small colony. They say that the original structures are still being maintained here in the colony. And you can also try some traditional food and Swiss chocolate here. So we have been walking around the Swiss colony for a little bit now, and I must say it is super small and it is not exactly what I have been expected. Honestly, if you walk along the streets, you can see mountain views that are quite similar, I guess, to what you can find in Switzerland. And also there are some buildings like this one here behind me that kind of seems like a building in the mountains of Switzerland, but the place here itself is quite small and I expected it to have like more traditions. There are definitely buildings, I'm pretty sure that they don't exist in Switzerland. There is not a lot of food that reminds me of Swiss food. Actually, there is way more Argentinian food like empanadas and all the typical barbecue and, you know, everything you already saw in one of my videos. Hopefully, if not, you know what to watch next. Anyway, I don't know, I expected something different, to be honest. I've seen a German colony once in Venezuela, the Colonia Tovar, and that one was absolutely German. And I don't know, I don't have the same feeling here. It's not Swiss. It has a touch of Switzerland, but it doesn't seem like really originally from Switzerland. And it's way smaller than I expected. There's the fair that is nearby, that by the way takes place every Wednesday and Sunday, and that is kind of cute. They have a lot of handmade stuff, they sell a lot of food, of course. There are some cakes that actually are Swiss or German. You can find those things in Germany and in Austria as well. The culture is quite similar, so that's normal. Besides that, honestly, I saw more empanadas than anything else that reminds me of Switzerland. Anyway, it is cute, and also the fair is really nice. There's some live music, there are things you can buy here, handmade stuff and so on. So it is a cute visit. You can definitely visit it, but I wouldn't say it is a must visit here in Bariloche. Anyway, this colony here still has some traditions from when it was founded. You can still try curantos, which is the traditional food here that has been brought from Chile to this place by one of the first inhabitants of the colony. It is food that is being cooked below the earth with hot stones over quite a lot of hours. And this is something, well, very traditional from this area here, and you can still try it here at this place. The place where we started this video, and that means that we are at the end of the tour through Bariloche, but we are not at the end of this video yet. We will go to the next village yet, as promised before. I'm going to show you the other side of the Lake Nahuelhuapi now. So let's get into the car and go on that road trip. Here we are, welcome to Via La Angostura, which is a village that is not too far away from Bariloche. It took us 1 hour and 20 minutes more or less to get here with the car, and it is meant to be a very beautiful village and also comes with a very unique nature, which is why I wanted to show you this place in this video as well. So let's get into the car, drive closer to the city and explore the surroundings a little bit. Let's see what it has. We now arrived in Via La Angostura, and my first impression is that it is a beautiful village. It is located around 80 kilometers away from Bariloche, and it is a small village with more or less 11,000 inhabitants. At least that is what I found, but the census was from 2010, so it's probably not the real number anymore. People here live mostly from tourism. They say that this area comes straight from a fairy tale because it is located close to the lake. There are national parks here. You can do a lot of hiking here in this area. There are lots of mountains that you can climb. And well, they say that this is a very enchanting area here. So I'm excited to explore it a little bit more. So far, I can only say that the architecture here reminds me a lot of the south of Germany or like villages in Austria or Suiza. because the architecture is actually quite similar. A lot of houses are made of wood and super beautiful. And also here in the center of Villa Angostura, you will find a lot of restaurants and bars. They say that the gastronomy here in the area is very, very good. So also make sure to do some stops and try some local food here. When walking through the streets, you will notice a lot that it is made for tourists. It is one of the most popular destinations here in La Patagonia in Argentina. You will notice it because there are a lot of accommodations, a lot of restaurants, a lot of souvenir shops here in the city center. But it's really a very, very cute and beautiful village. They also receive tourists all year around. During the winter, this place is famous for skiing adventures, for example. There's a lot of snow here. We are in plain summer right now, and it is during the day around 20 to 25 degrees. So it's not a super hot place, but still beautiful in summer. And also there are a lot of beaches here in this area that you can explore. On this side you can now see the Lake Correntoso. And there's also a beach here where we can already see quite a few people enjoying the beach and also the water that is, by the way, crystal clear and super beautiful. Behind me there's the Rio Correntoso. It is one of the shortest rivers on Earth with only more or less 200 meters of length. And on this side we can see the bridge that crosses that river. It is super impressive. We are going to cross it in a little bit to see the beautiful views. You can see the river has a very specific color. It is like greenish, or I don't know, is it green or super blue, turquoise, something like that. A mixture of both. But it looks super insanely beautiful. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a river with that color. We are now on the bridge Correntoso, and from up here you can see the stunning view of the Lake Correntoso and also of the river. Before we have been down there, and from up here we get even better views of the river and its lake. You can see the beautiful colors, the intense blue or turquoise of the river from up here, and the view is absolutely impressive. We are now going to look for a waterfall that is called Rio Bonito. We came around 5 kilometers on a dirt road that is a little bit difficult to drive on, but I mean, it's fine. I'm just a little bit sorry for the car. You will actually find a point on Google Maps that will tell you that there's the waterfall. You will go there and you will find a place that is like this. You will see the sign here. And also there is a parking area here behind me. So it is actually quite easy to find. And then we need to go down this way now. And as far as I know, it's around 100 meters, so it's not too far. And then we will get a view of a beautiful waterfall. We now reach the waterfall of Rio Bonito, which is right there behind me. It's a rather small waterfall, but it is a very beautiful place. We hiked a little bit down in the forest and it took us, I think, 3 minutes. It'll probably take us longer to get up again because the hike was quite steep, but it's definitely worth it. And in this area you can do a lot of more hikes. There are further routes. I think you can even go down there to the waterfall actually. But anyway, the view from up here is absolutely stunning. We are now here in Puerto Manzano, which is a very picturesque little harbor. From here you can take either boat tours, you can rent a kayak. There are beautiful views. You can enjoy the day here on the lake with beautiful water. And it's not far away from Villa Angostura. It's actually about 15 minutes by car, so it is right in front of the city. Alright, this is it for today's video. I hope you got a great understanding of what you can do here in Bariloche, or actually in the whole area of Bariloche. Do not miss out on the surroundings. I definitely recommend you to go at least also to Villa La Angostura, because it is not far away and it is definitely worth it. Even though the nature is similar, it is still very different and absolutely stunning. So I definitely recommend you do not only stay in Bariloche. You now got an overview of activities that you can do here in the area. Obviously, there is so much more that you can do. It always depends on how much time you have. We had to limit the things we wanted to do here in this area a little bit, because if you've seen that video already, we actually had a little travel fail and some problems with coming here to Bariloche, and that actually has cost us 2 days in total, which means we couldn't do everything we wanted. But there's, for example, also the Ruta de las Siete Lagos, which is quite famous, and they say it is absolutely impressive. Anyway, I really hope this video helped you to plan a little bit your trip here to Bariloche. I hope you've got some inspiration of things to do here in this area. And if you did like this little tour, make sure to leave me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel, because I am not done yet with Argentina. We are going to the very south of the country in just a few hours actually, and we will explore some glaciers. So make sure to subscribe to follow me on that exciting adventure as well, and I'll see you next week.